I'm starting a new series all about litter boxes, and the first part of our series is what kind of litter box you should be using for your cat. Hey everyone, April Pet Coach here with my boy Stubby. Today I'm starting a new series all about litter boxes, and the first part of our series is what kind of litter box you should be using for your cat. So the best kind of litter box to use for your cat that your cat likes, not necessarily what's best for us, but is just a plain, simple, rectangular, flat, short, open litter box like this, and one that's in an extra large size. Now my cat is a smaller cat. He's only 8 pounds, and even for him this is a good size litter box. It gives him enough room to get in there and turn around and have lots of space to do his thing. So what we're looking for in a litter box is something that's around 16 inches by, this one is 22 inches. So you want to look for. Hey everyone, April Pet Coach here with my boy Stubby, and I'm continuing today on my new series about litter boxes and what type of litter box you should be used. This is part 2. Last time we talked about using the #1 best litter box for your cat, flat, short, open, extra large litter box. So why do we want to make sure the litter box is large enough? This box is 22 by 16 inches. This is because your cat needs to feel comfortable to go into the box, have room to do their business, room to dig and cover it, and room to turn around as they like to sniff different areas, and oftentimes turn multiple times to find the right spot to feel comfortable to go to the bathroom. And of course, we're talking about all of this in this series because the #1 reason why cats are abused, neglected, rehomed, left at shelters, abandoned outside is for litter box misuse. So it's such a critical thing to make sure we are doing the right things with their litter box. Hey everyone, April Pet Coach here and my boy Stubby. I'm continuing this week on my series all about litter boxes. Last week we went over exactly what type of litter box is best for your cat, what size, shape, everything about it. And this week I'm quickly going over cat litter, which I'll be going more in depth on in my very next series after all about litter boxes. So these are the only 2 cat litters that I typically ever recommend to people, because when I'm recommending a litter, I want something that's hypoallergenic, because so many cats unknowingly to us are suffering with actually allergies to their cat litter, which we may misdiagnose as other things like upper respiratory symptoms from colds and whatnot. So this is pretty litter. This is a great health monitoring litter, which is hypoallergenic. This comes in a version that's clumping and non-clumping. Both are just as good. And this is Dr. Elsey's Respiratory Relief, which is his best, most hypoallergenic brand. Hey everyone, April Pet Coach here. I'm continuing on my series all about litter boxes, and my first tip of how to keep litter from tracking all over your house. So what I did is I got a litter box cabinet, and you can find these online as well, but we actually made this one ourselves. So the whole system here is that the cat will enter through a side hole. And in mine, I designed it because I wanted the litter box off the floor, so he has to walk up a ramp system and up into his litter box. And you can see just a ton of litter that's all in here. I just give it a deep clean like once every couple weeks. And you can see my floor hasn't been vacuumed in a week, and there's literally no litter on the floor. It's all trapped in here. The other good benefits of a cabinet like this is it will prevent dogs and children from entering into the cabinet as well and getting into the litter and the feces, which of course can be dangerous. So tip #1, check back next week for second. Hey everyone, April Pet Coach here, and I'm continuing on my series today all about cat litter boxes. And we're talking about ways to keep your cat litter from tracking all over your house. Last week I showed you my custom-made cat litter cabinet, which is behind me. And today I'm showing you an awesome anti-tracking mat. So the way this mat works is that it's perforated with a lot of holes in the top, and it's actually double layered. So what happens is your cat goes to the litter box and spills litter all over, like they do. And the litter actually goes down into the holes and gets caught into the interior of the mat. So then after a bunch of litter's been collected, after a few days, week, whatnot, you just literally can take this to outside or to your trash can or wherever you're dumping it and dump it out. Usually not all over your floor like I just did. Hey guys, April Pet Coach here and Stubby, and today we're talking about how many litter boxes do you need for your cats. So you really actually, the rule of thumb is you need one additional litter box, then you do have number of cats. So for us, we have one cat, so we should have 2 litter boxes. We actually have 3 litter boxes because we have one out here in our cabinet on the porch because Stubby likes to spend a good amount of time on the porch. And then we have another one hidden in his cat house here on the downstairs level. And then I always recommend too, if you're on a multi-level house like we are, we actually have a 3rd box upstairs for him. And that way if he's downstairs running around playing, gets the urge to go, he's got one immediately here. Or if he's upstairs in the room with us, he doesn't have to come all the way downstairs. You just want to make it as simple as possible and quick as possible for your cat to access a litter box. Always have one nearby. Hey everyone, April Pet Coach here, continuing on my All About Litter Box series. And today I'm talking about good spots in your home to keep your litter box. So this is where we keep our cat Stubbin's downstairs litter box. We actually have 2. This is in a quiet area in our living room. Usually I wouldn't recommend a living room, but our house is very quiet here. And we actually kind of made this hideaway for his litter box. This sticks in there in his little cat house cabinet thing that you can see he loves to go in. And then we barricade the opening like that so that he can get in there, but our dog won't bother him, so that's a great option for us for him. He also has a 2nd litter box upstairs in a quiet hallway in between our master bedroom and a guest bathroom that is not used very frequently and pretty quiet. So those are some good spots. Some other good spots to keep a litter box in your house is a guest bathroom. Can be your main bathroom too, as long as children aren't in and out of there and there's not a lot of commotion and it's very loud if it's just a quiet household. But a guest bathroom would be great, a guest bedroom would be great. A garage can be okay as long as you're not opening and closing the large garage door, obviously, and making a lot of noise with that. So just be mindful. But some bad places to keep a litter box would be anything in the kitchen, anywhere in the kitchen's too busy, anywhere where young children or dogs can get into the litter box and have access to it. In the garage, if you are opening and closing the loud garage door, and next to a washer and dryer especially is a big common cat parent mistake where the washer especially sometimes can get off balance and start shaking and making lots of noise, and that can scare a cat away from their litter box and cause them to stop using the litter box and going in the house, which of course is a big problem we want to avoid. Hey everyone, April Pet Coach here, continuing on my All About Litter Box series. Today I'm showing you my favorite litter box scooper after 20 plus years with cats. So this is the one I always use and recommend. It is huge. You can see the size of it compared to Stubby's head. So the largest scooper that you can find, and metal. I like it really, really large because then you can scoop more at one time so that you don't hurt your arm, your elbow, your wrist, and invest in the metal ones. I know these buggers are a little bit expensive. They're like around $15 usually at the pet store or online, but they're going to do the job so much easier for you. You're going to be able to get down to the bottom of the chunk of litter and scoop it without the scooper bending and dropping the big clump of pee and making a mess, and it's just worth it. Buy the big metal scooper. Hey everyone, April Pet Coach here, continuing on my series all about litter boxes. And today I wanted to tell you why I typically don't recommend using an electronic litter box for your cat. Because I like to use a standard litter box with a clumping litter because that's the best way to monitor your cat's bladder and bowel health, which are very, very important indicators of how your cat is doing health-wise overall. So if you're using a litter box like the Litter Genie that's self-washing, then you really can't monitor any of their waste at all. So not very helpful in that respect. And then even a box like the Litter Robot, oftentimes I know people aren't going and changing out the tray, but maybe a couple times a week. So you're not getting a consistent view of your cat's bowel and bladder health on a regular basis, and that can be really dangerous. You know, we can see a lot of indicators and signs of how your pet's doing. Are they having chronic loose stool? Are they having diarrhea? Are they not going to the bathroom? Are they constipated and only going once every few days? Or their bladder health. I recommend even using a bladder health monitoring litter like Pretty Litter, so that you can see how often is your cat urinating. What is the size of their urination? Is their urine a healthy color, or is it too alkaline or acidic, or is there blood in it? So all of these things are pretty much just taken away from you being able to monitor in your cat when you're using an electronic litter box. So that's the biggest #1 reason why I don't recommend electronic litter boxes, and I'll tell you the #2 reason next week. Hey everyone, April Pet Coach here with my kids, continuing on my series all about litter boxes. Today is the second to last video, and I'm talking about the second big reason why I don't recommend an automatic litter box. So we're going to demonstrate this for you guys. So pretend this is an automatic litter box. I don't have one, obviously, because I don't recommend it. So the way that the automatic box, like the Litter Robot anyway, which is one of the most popular ones, works, is the cat will go in and do their business, and when Kitty comes out, the litter box goes onto a timer, usually about 3 minutes, and then it will start its cycle and do its rotation to clear out the waste. So my big problem with this is that if you have kitty #2, Errol's going to pretend she's Kitty, and kitty #2 happens to need to use the litter box right when the cycle starts to turn on. A lot of these boxes, they have a trigger that if a second cat's walking in, it'll stop the timer. But still, even if they're very close when the timer starts, sometimes that's all it takes to scare your cat, and they will never use the litter box again, and they'll start urinating and defecating in your house, which obviously is a huge problem. So I find automatic litter boxes a huge cause of problematic litter box use. So that's why, second reason why I don't recommend them. So what you can do to help prevent this, if you do have an automatic litter box right now and you don't want to get rid of it and turn back to a regular litter box, I get it. Just go ahead and have your cats have a second and a third litter box that is separate from the automatic litter box, just a plain, simple, old-fashioned rectangular litter box that they can use just in case this turns on and scares them. April, your pet coach here, and I'm showing you today how to clean your litter box safely and naturally so that you don't risk any toxins getting on your cat as they're using their litter box. So simply baking soda and vinegar. And what you're going to do is just sprinkle your baking soda down into your box and then add the vinegar, and this creates a fantastic but all natural safe chemical reaction that's going to just sit there and naturally scrub the litter box. You can also put your litter box scooper in there to then soak and add some water. And then after it sits for a while, you know, I leave it for 10, 15 minutes or so. Then you can come back with any type of all natural fiber scrubby, scrub it down, rinse it out, and you're good to go with a naturally clean, safe litter box.